spend just an extra second on this part that I don't usually spend very much time with at all, which is the going over the boundary thing and the way I've organized these. And I want to spend it not so much because we've gone over a boundary from implementing to and social responses to ontology, but I want to talk about ontology and epistemology since they're the next two. And I should spend just a minute with those big words. There are a lot of approaches, versions of definitions, but generally speaking, ontology refers to stuff about the nature of being, or the nature of beingness, or what it means to be a creature, a member of a species, in this case, what it means to be human. Right? Ontology could be thought of as the study of the nature of being. Epistemology is generally taken as the study of knowledge, or of what we can know, or how we know. So ontology usually taken, roughly speaking, about beingness, epistemology about knowing. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Which is why I want to spend just a second with it. We could do these in either order. There's no real, but there are philosophical arguments about which and why, right? So from one point of view, how do you know you're human? How do you know anything about your ontology? How do you come into contact with anything about beingness if it isn't through consciousness and what you know about what you experience? So epistemology kind of comes first, and it leads to awareness of ontology. From the other perspective, if you're not human with certain awareness characteristics, you don't know anything, or you know at a different level. So beingness comes first, and then we come to know things. Trust me, there's philosophy, you could get the two camps like this and they'd go at it all week. Okay? I tend to do it just this way because it's how I think of it, but it's also for me big box, little box, but that doesn't mean that it's altogether right. Okay? I tend to see beingness as first and then what you might know out of that second, but other people might invert it. So it isn't really important, and they overlap, right? You can't have one without the other. You can't have a human level of knowledge without being a human, and you can't have that without knowledge. But it just works better for me in the course to do it this way, which is to talk first about the relationship between new media and who we are. And that's this first big category, is some stuff about what I see as and what the literature sees as the big effects on us as humans. And then we'll take up the effects on us and what we know. But you'll see as we do that they kind of flip back and forth. There's a little bit about knowledge in the first set. There's a little bit about being in the second set. So they're not discrete. But just to give you a sense of that there are issues there and that there are reasons why I do it this way.